I am about to say something that will make a lot of people angry, and then I am going to prove it. The house you live in is not an asset. Neither is your car. And there is a very good chance that almost everything you have proudly called an asset your whole life is actually doing the exact opposite of what an asset is supposed to do. This is not word games. It is the single distinction that separates people who slowly build wealth from people who work their whole lives and wonder where it all went. The rich learned this rule early. Most people are never taught it at all, so they spend decades collecting things they think are making them richer, while those things quietly drain them every single month. So in this video I am going to give you the one clean test that tells you what is truly an asset and what is secretly a liability wearing a costume. I will show you why your home fails that test, what real assets actually look like, and how the wealthy flip the whole game. Stick around, because once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Let us decode it. Here is the strange part. Almost nobody can actually define the word asset. Ask 10 people and you will hear 10 fuzzy answers. Something valuable. Something I own. Something worth a lot of money. And because the definition is fuzzy, the decisions built on it are fuzzy too. That vagueness is exactly why so many hardworking people end up broke while looking successful on paper. School taught you to memorize dates and formulas you never used again, but it never sat you down and explained the difference between something that feeds you and something that eats you. So let me give you the definition the wealthy actually use, and it is refreshingly simple. Forget how much something is worth. Forget whether it looks impressive in the driveway. There is only one question that matters, and it has nothing to do with price. The question is about direction. Which way is the money flowing? Once you start asking that, the whole world of money reorganizes itself in front of you, and things you were proud of suddenly look very different. Here is the whole rule, and I want you to tattoo it on your brain. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. That is it. That is the entire test. Not what it is worth. Not what you paid. Not what the neighbors think. Only this. At the end of the month, did this thing hand you money, or did it reach into your wallet and take some? An asset feeds you. A liability bills you. Notice what this does. It completely ignores price, and it forces you to look at cash flow, the actual movement of money in your real life. A cheap little thing that pays you every month is an asset. An expensive, beautiful, impressive thing that costs you every month is a liability, no matter how much it is technically worth. The wealthy obsess over this direction. They are constantly asking, of every dollar and every purchase, is this pulling money toward me or pushing it away? And when you apply that ruthless little test to the things most people are proudest of, the results get uncomfortable fast. So let us put the home you live in on trial, using our one question. Does your primary home put money into your pocket every month, or take it out? Be honest. Every single month it takes money out. There is the mortgage. Property taxes. Insurance. Repairs, maintenance, a new roof, a broken water heater, the endless small bleed of owning. The home you live in does not pay you a cent. You pay it, relentlessly, for decades. By our clean definition, that makes it a liability, not an asset. Now, before you throw your phone, hear me clearly, because this is where honesty matters. I am not saying buying a home is a bad decision. A home can be a wonderful place to live, it can force you to save through the mortgage, and it may rise in value over the years. Those are real benefits. But rising in value someday is not the same as putting money in your pocket every month. So the point is not that your house is evil. The point is that it is not the money-making engine you were told it was, and if it is the only thing you are counting on, you have confused a place to live with a plan to get wealthy. So if your house and your car are not the assets, what actually is? Let us look at things that pass the test, the things that put money into your pocket. Number 1, income-producing investments. Stocks that pay dividends, index funds, bonds, things you own that quietly send you money for holding them. Number 2, rental property, real estate where a tenant pays you rent that exceeds your costs, so it feeds you every month instead of billing you. Number 3, a business or a slice of one, something that sells a product or service and sends profit your way, ideally without needing all of your time. Number 4, things like royalties or digital products, work you did once that keeps paying you long after. Notice the pattern that runs through every single one. They all send money in your direction while you sleep. That is the family resemblance of real assets. They are not about status or looking rich. They are about cash flow pointed toward you. And the wealthy are quietly, relentlessly obsessed with collecting them. Here is the habit that quietly separates the wealthy from everyone else, and it is not income, it is order. The order in which they buy things. Most people get paid, and the first thing they do is buy liabilities. A nicer car, a bigger television, an upgraded lifestyle, things that immediately start taking money out of their pocket. The wealthy flip the sequence. They use their income to buy assets first. They buy the stock, the rental, the piece of the business, the thing that generates income. And then, here is the beautiful part, they let the income from those assets pay for their luxuries. So the rich person does not buy the nice car with their salary. They buy an asset, wait for it to produce cash flow, and let that cash flow buy the car. The car still gets bought, but it is paid for by the asset, not by their own sweat. Do you see how different that is? One person's toys drain their paycheck. The other person's toys are funded by a money machine they built first. Same desire for nice things. Completely opposite financial result. Now watch the trap most hardworking people fall into, because it is sneaky and it feels like success the entire time. A person gets a raise. Good news. So they reward themselves. A bigger house with a bigger mortgage. A newer car with a bigger payment. Nicer everything. And every one of those upgrades is a liability that quietly increases the money flowing out of their pocket every month. So their income went up, but their expenses went up right alongside it, and sometimes even faster. They are earning more than ever and still feel broke, still living check to check, just at a higher, fancier level. This is the treadmill, and it is designed so that you can run on it your entire life without ever moving forward. The cruel twist is that from the outside it looks like winning. The house, the car, the clothes all scream success. But the balance sheet tells the truth. They did not buy assets that free them. They bought liabilities that chain them, and then they have to keep working just to feed the very things that were supposed to prove they had made it. Let me make this vivid with two people who earn the exact same paycheck, because income is not the story, direction is. Person 1 gets paid, and the money flows out to liabilities. The car payment, the credit cards, the oversized mortgage, the subscriptions. At the end of the month, the money is gone, flowing away from them, and they own a pile of things that will keep asking for more. Person 2 gets the same paycheck, but routes a chunk of it into assets first. A little into index funds, a little toward a future rental, a little into a small side business. Those assets start, slowly at first, sending money back. At the end of their month, some money flowed away, but some flowed back in, and that returning stream gets a little bigger every year. Give these two people 10 years on identical salaries, and they end up in completely different universes. Not because one earned more. Because one aimed the money toward themselves and the other aimed it away. The paycheck was never the point. The direction always was. Now let me be scrupulously honest, because I hate half-truths, and the internet loves to scream your house is a liability without the nuance. Here it is. Your home can absolutely become part of your wealth. If you pay it off, it stops draining you and starts saving you rent you would otherwise pay forever. If you rent out a room, or buy a duplex and live in one side while a tenant covers your mortgage, suddenly money is flowing toward you and it starts behaving like an asset. And over long stretches, homes have historically risen in value, which is a real, if slow, benefit. So the honest version is this. Your primary home is mostly a liability while you are living in it and paying for it, and it is a poor substitute for a real wealth plan. But it is not useless, and buying one is not a mistake. The mistake is believing it is your retirement, your investment, and your money machine all in one, and therefore never bothering to buy the real assets that actually pay you. A home is a fine place to live. It is a weak place to store your entire financial future. So how do you actually flip this in real life, starting from wherever you are right now. Step 1, do an honest inventory. Write down everything you own in 2 columns. Assets, the things that put money into your pocket, and liabilities, the things that take money out. Most people are stunned to find their asset column is nearly empty and their liability column is full of things they were proud of. That clarity alone changes behavior. Step 2, make one rule for yourself. Before you buy the next liability, the next upgrade, the next shiny thing, buy one asset first, even a small one. A little into a low-cost index fund this month counts. You are training the habit the wealthy live by, assets before toys. Step 3, take the income those assets produce and do not spend it, reinvest it to buy more assets, until the stream is big enough to comfortably fund the fun stuff. It feels slow at the start because it is. But the asset column is the only column that ever sets you free, and every dollar you move into it is a dollar that starts working the night shift for you. Underneath the tactics is a mindset shift that changes everything, and it is this. Stop thinking about how much things cost, and start thinking about which column they go in. The middle class thinks in prices. Can I afford the monthly payment? The wealthy think in columns. Is this an asset or a liability, and which direction does it push my money? That single reframe rewires how you see every purchase for the rest of your life. The new car stops being a fun reward and reveals itself as a liability with a 5-year payment plan. The boring index fund stops being something for other people and reveals itself as a quiet asset buying your freedom. You stop asking, do I look successful, and start asking, am I actually becoming free? This is the difference between being rich, which is about the stuff you display, and being wealthy, which is about the assets working silently behind the scenes. Displayed money impresses strangers. Owned assets buy back your time. Choose which one you are actually playing for. So let us bring it home. You were handed a fuzzy word, asset, and never told what it really means. Now you have the clean test that the wealthy have always used. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out. And by that honest measure, the home you live in, the car in the driveway, and most of the things you were proudest of are liabilities wearing the costume of success. That is not shame, it is clarity. Because once you see the 2 columns, you can start doing what the rich do. Buy assets first. Let their income buy your luxuries. And keep feeding the column that actually sets you free, instead of the one that keeps you working forever. Your house is a place to live, not a plan to get wealthy. So build the real plan beside it. If this changed how you see the word asset, subscribe to Money Decoded USA, where we break down real money, with no hype. Now go make your 2 columns, and be honest about which one your life has been filling. Then start filling the other.